The vibrant music of the Irish culture is coming to life on stage at Shays Performing Arts Center as once the winner of 8 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, comes here to Western New York. Today we are joined by John Stephen Gardner. You are a member of the cast. Now, both Lauren and I, along with our producer Bridget, all saw Once last night. It was a spectacular evening of theater. But for people that aren't familiar with the show, give me a little rundown of what it's about, without, of course, giving any spoilers.
Absolutely. Well, Once follows the story of an Irish folk musician who, when the show starts, we see him playing for money on the streets, and he's just about to give up on his music when a young, beautiful Czech immigrant stumbles onto him and falls in love with his music, and we watch him and his music be revitalized through her and their professional work together and some sort of ensuing relationship, but I won't give away too many details. Something happens.
Now, I want to talk about the music because I think one of the drawing factors to this is that the fact that the music is not only amazingly written and amazingly performed, but it's kind of unique to theater right now.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot that kind of sets it apart from most of what people consider musical theater. First off, I think the thing that distinguishes us the most is the fact that there's no orchestra. We are the orchestra. The actors play their own instruments. Oftentimes, people play 5 or 6 instruments throughout the show. And if you're trying to think about what it sounds like, think more of Van Morrison and not Rodgers and Hammerstein. So it's a very folky sound and very visceral.
And to kind of set the scene when we're talking about the musicians and the cast members, while the action is happening on stage, you kind of circle them on the outskirts of the set and you become, like you said, the band.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool way to see a show, I think, because everybody's always involved at any given point. I don't think anybody leaves the stage for more than a couple minutes throughout the show, so it's really cool.
And another really cool aspect of the show that we got to experience last night is before the show, you are breaking down the fourth wall in a very unique way that I've never experienced before, and you're inviting people to kind of take part in the action, really.
Yeah, absolutely. We've found that 15 minutes before the show starts, as all the musicians come out and begin an Irish jam session in the pub. Because we have a working bar on stage. The show's set in an Irish pub, and so people can come have a beer or have a glass of wine and kind of just stand with us as we play music for everybody for 15 or 20 minutes.
So if you want a really surreal experience, that is drinking a beer out of a straw on stage at Shays as the performers who you're about to see in a musical get ready and almost warm up in front of you.
Yeah, it really is a warm-up for us as a band to get into the space, but also it's a really fun way for us to connect to the audience in a way that I've never experienced on stage before.
Now, one of the things that I loved about Once is that it seemed like the actors weren't actors, they were just normal people in a pub that maybe is on the corner of your street. Did a lot of work go into this to make it seem like as relatable, because it was a really easy show to relate to?
Yeah, a lot of work did go into it. We had a long rehearsal process, but also I think they just did a really good job of getting a cast together of very real people. That was one thing they always stressed. We don't want you to feel like you're acting too hard or anything like that. Don't ever put anything on, just be you on stage.
And from the music to being right on stage with the actors, a lot of people are going to be very interested in this. What are the dates that you'll be at Shays?
We are here through next Sunday.
So, and for people that are watching the interview and want to make sure that they point you out in the crowd of actors on stage, who do you play, and kind of give us a little rundown of that?
I play a character named Eamon. He is a sound engineer at a recording studio and kind of the last block in front of our main character guy. He shows up at this guy's recording studio to record some music, and I won't give too much else away.
Not too much.
No.
All right, well, if you like the music of Mumford & Son and the Lumineers, this comes with my highest recommendation.
Absolutely.
It was a wonderful night of theater, and it's on stage at Shays right now. Thank you so much for coming in.